simple a fraction. This is a polynomial fraction. This is the numerical fraction. Agree with that? Right? If you were to write this, if you were to simplify that, how would you write that? Can you say that's 8 plus 1/2? Is that the right mixed fraction for that? 8 plus 1/2, is that right? What do you mean by atom? Isn't this quotient? Quotient, not the coefficient. Quotient. Isn't that the quotient? Can I say this one as a remainder? Is that right way of calling them? Quotient and the remainder. 1 is the remainder, and then 2 will go into 17. 8 times 2, 8 is the quotient. Got that, everyone? So when you have a number, this is how you can write it. So when you have a polynomial, you can also write it in the same form. So which means 3x power 4 minus 2x squared minus 3 divided by x plus 2. So you have a numerator, you are dividing that with a divisor. How can you write that? Quotient plus remainder over the same divisor. Is that making sense, Amma? These are same. Is that clear now? You see the similarities? Now, this is the quotient, this is the remainder. So that's exactly it is. And that means what is he asking, by the way? He is asking for quotient or remainder. He is asking for remainder, right? So the easiest way to find out remainder, especially when you have a polynomials involved, take the denominator, solve for x. So when you solve for x, what do you get? And then simply plug it in the numerator. You will get your remainder. That is called remainder theorem. Simply plug it in. So what do you get? So 3 times, what is x value? Negative 2 power 4 minus 2 negative 2 squared minus 3. What is negative 2 power 4? 16 times 3. What is 16 times 3? 48. And then what is negative 2 squared? 4 times negative 2? 8. And then minus 3. What is 48 minus 8? 40 minus 3? 37 is your answer. That is the easiest way, shortcut. Please memorize that. Remember, solve for x and then simply plug it in the numerator, you will get the remainder. Is that clear? Now let's talk about quotient. Even though it's not necessary, but the knowledge is helpful to solve other questions. So let's learn it. So let's do synthetic division. So for a synthetic division, that's probably the best way. For a synthetic division, when you list all the coefficients, they must be in a decreasing degree order. Decreasing degree order. First one is 3. The x cubed term is missing. So you need to put a placeholder. Got that? And then the next, so you have negative 2. But the x term is missing. So you need to put a placeholder. And then a negative 3. Is that making sense, everyone? Right? You need to put the coefficients in a decreasing degree order. If you don't have an important term, placeholder 0, which means 0 times x cubed, 0, no effect. 0 times x, 0, no effect. Is that clear now? Why we are considering 0? Okay. So now you solve for x. So you get x equals to negative 2. Bring the 3 down and then multiply. What is 3 times negative 2? Come on. And then add this to, what do you get? Again, negative 6 times negative 2. Positive 12, add them. What is negative 2 plus 12? 10. Again multiply. What is 10 times negative 2? Negative? Something is missing. Okay, maybe let's see. Negative 20, am I right? Plus, what do you get when you add them? negative 20. What is negative 20 times 2? 40. What is 40 minus 3? 37. There you go. That's your remainder. And then let's write that's your remainder. That's exactly what we got, right? That's exactly what we got. Now, I want to teach you this part. Now write your quotient expression, please. What is your quotient expression? Since it's a x cubed, you reduce the degree by 1 because you divided by x. X power 4 over x is x cubed. So which means that is a 3 x cubed minus 6 x squared plus 10 x minus 20. That is the quotient. Is that clear, all of you? Sometimes they will expect you to figure out the quotient and then they say this is B, this is C. What is the sum of B and C? That's the question they'll ask you. So you have to figure out the quotient, figure out what are A, B, and C, and then add them up or do whatever they want you to do and figure out the answer. Is everybody clear on how you write the quotient? It's pretty important skill. Is that clear, all of you? Okay.